This video continues the series of the Thomas slang practice examples, and what we're going to do in this video is assign different orchestrations to a simple sticking to change the resolve point. So what we have here is an inverted paradiddle played with the feet between the kick and the hi-hat, and currently we have single strokes assigned as 16th notes in metronome 1 between the right hand and the left hand. What I'm going to do is change the sounds in this first metronome, and instead of having constant single strokes, we're going to play groups of 3 notes on the snare. So snare, snare, rest. So this 3-note grouping is going to loop, and you'll see that it won't resolve here, because if we continued snare, snare, and then it goes back to the beginning, we'd have 4 in a row. But what PolyNome does is loops this 3-note sticking over whatever rhythm is supplied. So you'll notice here that on the second repeat, this sticking will change. Now, if you wanted this to show the complete pattern, you would go in here, change the rhythm, and we'll add another beat of 16th notes. So now this pattern will not change on the loop. However, you can see that the hands and the feet are kind of out of sync. They come back in sync every second repeat. So that's pretty cool. If you want to see how the bars compare against each other, you can change the time signature of this on the change rhythm page to 3/4, and the time signature of the second metronome to 2/4. And then you'll see the count of this bar and this bar changing, and you'll see how they resolve against each other. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and down here 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So that's how this resolves when you're playing a 3-note pattern with the hands against this 8-note pattern with the feet. And something that Thomas likes to do is change the orchestration of this 3-note pattern and move it around, for example, 3 different toms. So we'd have tom 1, tom 2, tom 3, and then you'd go back to tom 1 here. So then this would become tom 2, this would become tom 3, and the whole thing would then take 3 lots of 3 beats in order to play and resolve. So let's go in here, change sounds, and this time I'm going to change the sounds associated with the R and the H buttons. So we'll tap and hold, and I'm going to search for tom, and what we'll do is assign tom 1 to the R, tom 2 to L, and tom 3 to H. And I'm going to clear this, and we'll start on the low tom. So we'll have tom, tom, rest, and then middle tom, rest, and then the high tom, rest. And these lines here are showing the volumes of those toms. So let's bring this one down a little bit to match. Those volumes are also reflected in these faders here. So we can change the volume of the individual toms. And when we play this, you'll notice this time that the letters change on each repeat, because this is going to cycle this pattern. So this is where the pattern ended. We had HH space, LL space, RR space, and then this is automatically inserted. So just watch when this repeats, we'll see how it changes. And then we've come round again. So again, if you wanted the whole pattern to be shown, we'd tap on here, and we'd have to enter 3 bars of 3/4. And then this is the whole sequence. And if you wanted, you could set the time signature here to be 9, 4. So what's cool here is that you can see when metronome 1 finally gets back to the beginning, you'll notice that metronome 2 is actually halfway through. So it takes 2 full repeats of metronome 1 before the whole pattern resolves. So just keep an eye on what's highlighted when this jumps back to the beginning. So we started there, the second repeat. This time we get back and resolve again. So then you know it's 2 bars of 9/4, which is 18/4, which is 9 bars of 2/4 before it repeats. So one final thing we could do if you really want to see what PolyNome can do is we could tap on here, change sounds, and on line 2 we'll use the letter R.
1.
And instead of counting to 3, what I'm going to do is click
3.
on here, search for voice, and we'll count voice 1 to 9.
9.
Okay, and then we'll fill this. So it's going to count the bars of this. And hopefully we'll get 9 lots of this, and then the whole pattern will resolve.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1.
There you go.
2.
So that's how you can use PolyNome to create some interesting Thomas Lang style practice routines.